It's a beautiful Friday night, and we continue to usher you into the month of love. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We've got a pretty awesome show lined up just for you. In the heart of Kyalami lies the magic of roses and what makes them such a timeless symbol of affection. Love and rhythm definitely goes well together. The Joburg Ballet Production Giselle celebrates 25 years of unforgettable memories and milestones. Still in the spirit of love, we explore a unique blend of soulful African rhythms as we sit down with award-winning singer and composer Msaki, taking us through her beautiful journey with music and the arts. Poets, authors, and more coming up on Trendz Live. We remain dedicated to giving you only the best in lifestyle and edutainment.
It's funny how every time I pick up my pen to write a love poem, I run out of words to say. Like I can clearly picture this perfect love poem inspired by you, but putting it on paper becomes a mission impossible. So honey, I will write you a love letter instead. Dear Sogalami, Mkunu, Yeyesa, Pakate. I never thought I'd refer to any man as Ipakatelami until you came and fit perfectly my description of a Prince Charming. You see, I'm not really a girl of fairy tales and happily ever afters, and the T.S. Smith looks to me like a perfect love story. But the way you have my insides feeling like a train wreck of emotions, a collision of love, hate, sadness, and happiness overruling proves to me that you are the most authentic human I have ever met. You are my Theodore. They say love finds you when you are not looking, and Standwa, you drew me out of the woods when I had lost all hope in love and succumbed to the streets. And you just made me the happiest person alive. Honey, you found me when I had lost all hope in love, and we mingled together into a dream I have always wished could be a reality. You sparked up the fire in me into an eternal flame, curled up my thick, sinful body into your perfect arms, and with every breath we shed, inflicted in me a simp that remembers not what a heartbreak feels like. So I kind of feel like falling isn't such a clumsy move anymore. You caught me counting stars in your eyes, took me by the hand, and we mingled together into a dream I've always wished could be a reality. I would think I was being delusional, hoping for my own Bonnie and Clyde story, until you came and put perfectly my puzzle of an illusion and showed me that you were the missing piece in my quest for peace. So Standwa-sam, when I say to you that I am not really a love poet, it is not just poetry. You see, every time I pick up my pen to write a love poem, my palms sweat and I actually stutter. But today, I will write you a love letter instead.
Oh my goodness me, I just like have goosebumps and I think Yo, okay, all right, listen, on this feel-good Friday evening, this rainy Friday evening, welcome to Trendz Live on SABC, coming to you live from Auckland Park, Johannesburg. But you can call me Mne. It's a weekend of celebration as we celebrate World Radio Day today, a celebration of a medium that is powerful, accessible, and one that not only entertains but also educates and informs. We're also celebrating Valentine's Day tomorrow, and that's the show that we're going to get tonight. From the sensational poet Palesa that you just heard to a love story written by Bongani Luvalo, it's set to be a show that gives us all a fuzzy feeling of love. Catch up with us on our social media. Our handle on X is @Trendz on SABC. Right, let's kickstart the show with stories that made headlines around the world. Have a look.
Star Britney Spears has sold her rights to her music catalog to independent music publisher Primary Wave, the latest artist to strike a deal for her work. The 44-year-old, one of the most successful pop artists of all time, has topped charts around the world, starting off with Baby One More Time in 1998. The deal includes songs such as You Drive Me Crazy, Circus, Give Me More, and I'm a Slave for You. Spears follows artists such as Sting and Justin Timberlake, who have struck deals to cash in on their work. A medal awarded to athletes at the first modern Olympic Games in Athens in 1896 is set to go under the hammer at a Danish auction house, with online bidding on the silver award soon. The silver medal was awarded to an athlete at the 1896 Athens Olympics, and bids on the award will be cast online with auction house Brand Rasmussen's. At the 1896 Games in Athens, silver medals were awarded to winners and bronze ones to runners-up, with awards given to competitors in 43 events. Canals in central St. Petersburg froze over, delighting local residents as the Russian city experiences a relatively cold winter, with average daily temperatures hovering around -12 degrees. Residents and visitors have taken to the frozen canals, turning them into an impromptu attraction. The activities on the ice-mixed summer and winter sports really seen together elsewhere, with cyclists towing snowboarders and skiers, and hockey and soccer players sharing the same goals. The frozen waterways also offered a chance to see the familiar city from an unusual angle. Oscar nominees gathered for a class photograph during the Academy's annual luncheon recently, a key event that celebrates the nominees across various categories ahead of next month's awards ceremony. Winners of the Gold Oscar statuettes will be chosen by the roughly 10,000 actors, producers, directors, and film craftspeople who make up the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. That's all we have in store for you on this week's entertainment news around the globe.
Now that's a class photo I would like to be a part of. Listen, we're back again next week with more entertainment news from across the globe. Now, this year, the red carpet at the Cape Town City Hall for the 2026 State of the Nation address gathered South Africa's most unexpected couture showcases. Politics versus fashion, we say, with proudly SA hosting the Sona red carpet and encouraging parliamentarians to wear garments by local designers. The brief was quite clear: buy local, wear local, and serve dashing looks. Let's see what went down.
The State of the Nation address, Sona, remains one of the most significant dates on South Africa's political calendar, officially marking the opening of Parliament's legislative program each year. President Cyril Ramaphosa delivered the 2026 Sona yesterday on February 12th. Sona provides the president with an opportunity to speak to the nation on the general state of the country. Tonight, however, we focus on the red carpet and some of the looks our leaders arrived in. For a stop, we take a look at the Minister of Small Business Development, Stella Ndabeni, who was in a proudly South African outfit. Action SA MP Doreen James also looked rather fly, while the ANC Deputy Secretary General Nomvula Mokonyane came in guns blazing as well, stealing the spotlight upon arrival. Minister Nokzola Sisisi Dolashe ultimately looked fabulous, showing us how it's done as the older generation. Speaker of the National Assembly, Togo Didiza, had another proudly South African look, embracing culture and diversity. Meanwhile, media personality Papa Beni also graced the carpet with a look that turned heads. Everyone looked quite ravishing, and one of the things that completely stood out was poet and singer Ria Reen, who stunned everyone. International Mother Tongue Language Day is celebrated on the 21st of February, and Ria did the most with her Kuntani language. Talk about African excellence and pride. We can't wait to see what the Sona 2027 fashion runway has in store for us.
There's a promise I'm making to you.
It's a promise, I promise to keep this day. Be my lover, be my only. Love should never be too far away. Come and give me your love that you're hiding. Come and give me your love that you're hiding. Come and give me your love that you're hiding. I will keep it burning forever. Hi, I'm Msaki and you're watching Trendz Live on SABC News on Channel 404. You're still watching Trendz Live on SABC. Now, conversations around matric results and life after graduation continue to be on the minds of many. But one question lingers. How do creatives move from the classroom into the real and paid industry work? For two emerging artists from the Academy of Digital Arts, the transition came through an unexpected gateway. It's the global gaming platform PUBG Mobile, and this was their lifeline. Through the Pitopia design project, Marissa Schultz and Chiedza Davies were commissioned to design an African-themed visual that went on to generate millions of global impressions. They join us in studio to unpack the experience, the responsibility of representing African narratives, and how gaming is opening new doors for young creatives on the continent. Ladies, welcome! Hello. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on Trendz. Incredible. All the way from Cape Town, yes?
Yes, indeed.
I love it. Marissa, I'm going to start with you. Cool. For anybody who doesn't understand what PUBG Mobile is and what the Pitopia design project is all about, how would you describe it? And talk to me about what it meant to see your work become part of this ecosystem.
Okay, so to keep it brief, PUBG Mobile, it's like a battle royale shooter game where basically 100 players get launched into a map, it keeps getting smaller, and the end goal is to be the last man standing.
Ooh.
And the PDP, the Pitopia design project that we got to work on, is basically PUBG Mobile's way of reaching out to gamers and artists to create like assets, design, skin, all that fun stuff you see in the game, and the winners of that actually get a chance to have their work featured in the game.
Oh.
It was a huge honor to be like a part of this project, just because I hadn't even finished my first year of studying yet before being approached to actually, you know, get a chance to show off my skills a bit.
I love that. It's incredible. And this was your first paid client, yes?
Yes, it was.
That's incredible. Talk to us about what it meant for you to get real hands-on experience and how that shifted how you see yourself as a creative.
I think it was just generally insanely validating, because obviously you spend years studying to do what you love, which is, you know, concept art for me, and then being able to not just get exposure, but paid exposure. It made you really feel like you were bridging that gap between sort of like what you learn at like the university, all those like skills and tricks that you learn, and actually being able to apply those to a real life client and a real life project.
100%.
So it really felt like, you know, being a proper paid artist.
Oh yes, like a superstar. Yeah. Another superstar, Chiedza, I'm going to come to you. When I was looking through your portfolio, I saw that you do a lot of like indoor environments and like interior spaces. Let's chat about that. Do you have like a strong sense of atmosphere? Are you drawn to designing spaces? How did that influence how you approached this project in brief?
I absolutely love designing environments, whether it's like interiors or landscapes or anything of the sort. I just love designing environments because you can put so much detail into them that says so much about the world that you're creating.
100%.
And you can also play around with it so much, the composition, the mood, the lighting, the colors, all to create such a specific theme. So I brought that into this project by really playing with the composition composition, as well as I was in charge of the colors and mostly laying that out in the lighting. So I also really just wanted it to be fun and exciting and show so much movement throughout the scene.
And creative it is. You speak about colors, and I love that because I want to speak about the PDP, the Pitopia Design Project. It carried an African reference, right? Let's chat about how intentional you were about cultural specificity, if that's even like a real English word. What conversations did you have within the team about representation? Marissa, I'll come to you.
Well, I think, of course, the biggest thing and the biggest, design problem that we had was we got this brief of having Africa all kind of put together into one image. And obviously there's so many beautiful cultures and stories to tell that we knew it was going to be hard tackling all of that. So we thought, you know what, let's look at the different countries that specifically focus and have a lot of PUBG mobile players. Yeah, exactly. So then we kind of locked in on obviously South Africa because that's where
our home.
No, DNA is just RSA.
Exactly. And then kind of trying to combine the beauty of having the botanical landscape on the one side, which Gigi so beautifully illustrated, and having this cool, hippie, trendy, urban side on the other. Yeah, and I very gladly got to also work on the main character in the front and taking inspiration from the Zulu culture, but also putting a little bit of Xhosa in there. And
look at you, clock that. I want to put up a visual on the screen now. I want us to look at it. Chiedza, I'm going to come to you, right? I want you to briefly walk us through the process behind creating this digital painting. It's layered. There's so many elements. It covers details that we might not immediately recognize. Let's chat about how it came together from concept to final work. I think that's the one.
That's my one.
Oh, is that your one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think we're just going to put it up.
Gigi's, yeah.
All right, that's you.
Mine.
That's the artwork that we're talking about. No, this is the artwork that we're talking about. Chiedza, talk us through this artwork, right? Let's chat about the complexities, the details, the layered elements to this. How did this come together from concept to final artwork?
For my own artwork.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my artwork, I first did a lot of thumbnailing so that then I could get a sense of the scene, figure out a bunch of the different assets in the scene, as well as the composition for the different places. And I did a floor design as well, so then I really made sure I knew the layout of my scene. And then I went into 3D modeling and I did Blender specifically, so that then I 3D modeled everything that you see in this scene here. And then I brought that into Photoshop and I did some extra line art. I messed around with the colors. I did a bunch of other things to make it what it is now.
Oh my gosh, I can't even fathom being able to create something like this from scratch. I want to pull up another one so that we can also chat about that because I'm really interested in this one. It's giving spaceships and hey, I don't even know what to say. Chiedza, talk to me about this one. Concept to final artwork. What was the process here?
Okay, so the process for this one was basically that we got the brief to do a sci-fi kind of futuristic, but also mix it with a retro diner kind of thing. And so first of all, once again, I designed and did thumbnails for the main building in the scene, since that's meant to be the focus. I made sure I did a ton of research into retro diners, as well as a bunch of different sci-fi, futuristic things as well to bring into it. And then from there, I built the scene all around it. So I did the thumbnails for the environment, designed the car, designed the sign, designed everything to fit, and then I painted over the whole thing after I made it in Blender and made sure that it had this more painterly feel to it as well. Oh
man, I love it. Food and fuel, it says. It's incredible. Chiedza, sticking with you. Look, a lot of the time young creatives are offered exposure in terms of their work. They're like, oh, you're still young, so surely exposure, you can do it. But how has being paid as a young artist changed how you view your work as a creative?
It has changed it so much. Like Marissa said, it's so validating because it shows that your work has value, you know, monetary value. You're not just there as a convenience. You're there because you've earned your place in this industry and you are a working professional who should be treated as such. So being paid for this brief and not just in exposure meant so much because it showed that I'm already there. I'm already a part of the industry. I can make it.
100%.
Yeah.
Would you echo the same sentiments, Marissa, as we close up?
Yes, definitely. Like Chichi said, it's this like huge thing of being a student and just learning all these things and then now coming into the industry, which I know is very difficult, especially in the art industry. I mean, I think everyone's heard the sentiment of a starving artist.
Yeah.
So, you know, not even fully being done with our studies and being handed this opportunity by PUBG Mobile to, you know, really showcase our work. It's creating a lot of bridges in a lot of big places.
Oh man, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am truly inspired. And like I said, I wish I had half the creativity that you guys have. I wish you nothing but the best. Go out and just keep making us proud, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We love it. What a powerful reminder that access and opportunity can truly change the trajectory of a young creative's career. Marissa Schultz and Chiedza Davies are proof that when global platforms invest in African talent through paid professional briefs, the impact goes far beyond exposure. As the creative economy continues to evolve, it's clear that industries like gaming are opening new and unexpected doors. We'll certainly be watching their journeys as they step further onto the international stage. Yes. What a dynamic duo indeed. Now we're celebrating the month of love right in the heart of Kyalami, exploring the magic of roses and what makes them such a timeless symbol of affection. From their colors to their care, we've got practical tips of how you can grow them at home and you can just have your own beautiful, meaningful roses just in times for Valentine's season. Have a look.
The month of love is upon us, and what is Valentine's Day without a bouquet of beautiful roses to celebrate love? But have you ever wondered how our favorite red buds are cultivated and taken care of to make it just in time for Valentine's Day? Well, we attended a workshop where we were schooled about the process of rose growth. Director of AfriFungi, Sven Molgaard, explains how fungi can be easily incorporated into the outdoor space to ensure magnificent roses.
Roses are traditionally a plant that require quite a bit of synthetic input. So people are using chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and because AfriFungi is close to the earth, we don't like seeing that, you know, and we think that fungi can deliver solutions that let us think in a more organic way. So yeah, we would rather apply fungi, grow healthy plants, in this case roses, and replace pesticides, herbicides and synthetic fertilizers. But I think it goes a little bit further than that. It's not just about the pretty flower, it's about people engaging with their gardens, getting in there, appreciating the beauty of it, you know, and there's a real connection that then forms between the garden and the person, you know. So I think growing itself involves a lot of love, you know, and the more love we put into something, the more beautiful the results are. So they support the soil, right? So the healthier the soil that the roses are growing in is, the healthier the plant is, the healthier its immune system is, and if the immune system is strong, the plant is going to be able to defend itself much better against pests like insects and fungi that are not necessarily good for the plant growth.
Silo Rangopule, the manager at this beautiful garden space, gives us an insight on growing healthy, beautiful roses at home.
Roses, they can last, especially the one that we craft. They can last at least 12 to 15 years, the normal bush ones. And the standard, you're looking at 15 to 20 years. Some people, they're using the grafting. So the grafting roses, I mean the stems. So the stems, they don't really last long because it's the stem on the rose. So you get the roots on the same stem. So you can't really grow the roses at home. So you need to buy the roses and then plant them for yourself.
During the workshop, we also caught up with a fellow rose lover to hear what drew them to growing roses and what their favorite varieties are.
I never thought there could be a rose called the rainbow rose. It's got all the rainbow colors on it. Because normally you just get the white rose or the pink rose or the red rose, but this particular one has all the colors on it. As Africans, we just know them as roses, don't we? If I said to you, can you get me some roses? You're not going to ask me what kind of a rose. Because, we were brought up that way. Roses are roses and no names to it. But it's my favorite because I never thought there could be a rose called the rainbow rose.
Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, growing your own roses is a beautiful way to bring color, life, and meaning to your own garden this season of love. Wishing you a happy Valentine's Day.
Love is in the air indeed. Now this next lady, you heard earlier in the beginning of the show with her poem, Love Letter. Palesa Makoatsa is a poet, voiceover artist, and full-length author. She writes poetry using words as a tool to explore identity, memory, and emotion. She's already the author of 21 Letters, a poetry collection that explores themes of loss, healing, love, praise, and identity, weaving vulnerability with strength. Through both poetry, Palesa continues to explore themes of womanhood, social justice, ancestral storytelling, healing, and self-discovery, using her voice as a vessel for the truth and restoration. She's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. It's Palesa. Welcome to Trendz Live. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
I represent.
Come on, not dress the part. Let's get straight into it. Look, your poetry explores themes of love and vulnerability. Talk to us about how you balance this, this raw emotion with artistic expression.
Okay, for me, poetry starts where language fails. Like every time I write, I allow myself to experience every emotion that I write about, being it love, being it joy, being it hurt, pain, everything. Sure. And then when I go to the stage and express whatever, I make sure that I mold it, I kind of shape it so that it doesn't, lose itself.
Hey,
yeah.
Like a potter. I mean, I was listening to Love Letter and I thought, and somebody say those nice things about me. But let's talk about the poem Love Letter. You say you feel like poetry starts where words fail. What was the moment that inspired the writing of Love Letter?
Oh my God, this is so cringe.
Tell us all of it. Okay,
so I was in a relationship with a certain guy and I was ghosted. But by the time I was ghosted, that's when I felt this overwhelming love for him. I was like, okay, sure. I'm going through it and I don't know how to talk to him about it because he ghosted me. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna write this poem. And I actually posted it on my TikTok, but after he saw it and kind of realized that it's about him, I was like, I'm cutting this off.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be Mkunu anymore. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, we are ghost Mkunu, but that's so beautiful. And I think I then have to ask you this. How do you think love shapes our outlook on our experiences and our worldview?
Love heals wounds. Love just kind of like, I don't know, it makes you view a world in a certain perspective. Like even if you loved and you lost, you are going to be more compassionate towards people, you understand? Yeah, so I just feel like love changes us in different ways because love comes in different ways from family, friends, lovers, everyone. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. And it reminds me of a saying, I think it's got to do with love and grief. And it says, the harder we love, the more it hurts. Something along those lines. Look, you're going to perform a poem called Chaos for us now. That's such a jump from Love Letter. But now that I know the story, because wow, chaos. But talk to us about Chaos. What is that about? What inspired the writing of that poem?
Okay. Chaos just explains that love cannot always be roses, cannot always be beautiful. Sometimes it's chaotic and it's scary and it's dark. But in the midst of all that, we keep losing ourselves to the thought of love. You understand? Even if it breaks you at some point, you will still find your way there.
Oh,
yes.
It's just a surrendering of
Yeah.
it. Oh, Palesa, I love it. It's incredible. Before I let you perform Chaos for us, what do you want the viewers to take away from your poetry, especially in light of Valentine's Day tomorrow? Can I take your poetry and go read it to my special somebody? What do I take away from it?
Okay, I think personally, I feel like love isn't just what you give and receive from other people. Love is about pouring into yourself too. That's what I keep telling myself every day, that self-love comes first. And even if you still receive and give love to people, cherish that moment, because someday you're gonna look back and be like, okay, when life gets hard, you're gonna be like, I was loved.
Yeah.
You know, and I loved so much. I gave it my all, you know.
And all you would have at that time are memories. Palesa, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna step out of the way because I and the rest of the country cannot wait to hear Chaos, but thank you so much. We're truly proud of you, and we want another 21 letters.
You can join man.
Okay, it's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is now performing Chaos. It's Palesa Makoatsa. Enjoy.
Chaos. My mind is one, a complete one for that matter. I don't want to scare you, trying to make you leave in my world. It's dark, but there always seems to be light whenever you're around. So always needing you around, to simply because your halo calms the storms in my head. These chaos caused by voices I only hear at midnight, these chaos that make socializing so claustrophobic for me. You just know how to dim all the lights leading to that room where I dine with my dark thoughts, just so my nerves could overbear me and I'd run into your arms. The same place I find peace, and the same place where my heart grows bright and chaos die. Chaos. My mind is one, a complete one for that matter. I don't want to scare you, trying to make you leave in my world. It's dark, but there always seems to be light whenever you're around. You see, whenever you're around, I feel like life is somehow worth living. Like I imagine myself dying, then leaving you safe haven, when I'm not even sure my ass will make it to heaven. You just know how to caress my imperfect body till I feel perfect, worthy to protest. Nudity is art with no body shaming fear. Here, in these sheets, where I lay my head on your chest and I hear your heart beating fearfully, because I know you're scared to love me the wrong way, because you not loving me the way I need will darken my moods. But honey, everything you do brightens my mood. Like how I fall into your picture perfect lips, your ocean eyes and your almond-like shaped arms. Chaos. My mind is one, a complete one for that matter. I don't want to scare you, trying to make you leave in my world. It's dark, but there always seems to be light whenever you're around. But with my hands for a shovel, I dug myself a hole 6 feet down from the ground. I stood beneath to look, then I saw you chuckle, like you were actually happy to be receiving my roses for the last time. So with every petal comes a piece of me. I broke the first petal, and I actually chuckled, because the way you offered your all to me without me having to ask was godly. Offered your heart of gold on a silver platter, and from that moment on I knew I had found the one. I broke the second petal and said a prayer. Having to look at my muse 6 feet down from the ground was just the end of me. I remember how you were able to lift me up when no one could, and instead of lifting you up, I watched the ground swallow you. I broke the last petal and I rewrote chaos, because my mind is one, a complete one for that matter. I don't want to scare you, trying to make you live in my world. It's dark, but there always seems to be light whenever you're around. Well, whenever you were around, I seemed to be finding my source of happiness and safe haven for a while, until I had to let go. You loved me. enough to make me want to love myself too. But this is a death of a muse.
You're still watching Trendz live on SABC. Now, rooted in COVID, directly translated, Nhliziyo ungumkhohlisi means heart, you are a deceiver. A rather shady accusation to level against the organ responsible for pumping our blood. But hey, it is what it is. It's a love novel by author Bongani Luvalo that pieces together the life of 30-year-old Mkhuseli Majola in post-COVID Ekurhuleni. On the surface, Mkhuseli embodies success. He has achieved what many young boys from Katlehong dream of. This is a solid education, a high-paying job, an MBA, luxury apartment in the Lanis, and like a powerful car with a powerful engine. Yet beneath the polished exterior lies a quiet longing that even his MBA cannot full. We're joined in studio by award-winning author and entrepreneur Bongani Luvalo as he unpacks writing this novel. So welcome to Trendz Live. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you very much, Giselle, for having me. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, hey, I actually want to punch you because I'm like, I read the book already, so by chapter 21, I'm mad at you. But let's go to the beginning, right?
Sure.
Nhliziyo ungumkhohlisi, falling in love with an it girl, is a story about falling in love, but it's not just that. It's about us being faced with confronting ourselves in the silence. Talk to us about why you wrote this book.
One, I think I was having a heavy heart. I was writing actually another book about manhood, fatherhood, in a boy child. And one, I'd always promised myself that probably at 40 I'll write a book around love and relationships, So when I was trying to escape, the emotional, turmoil from the book that I was writing, I then decided, let me pen something which ended up being the start of this book. It was never my intention. Actually, this was a cool-off period for me. And I just went on and went on and went on. The story just went further. So that's how the book came about. But also, when I grew up, I think around about grade 3, grade 4, there's a book I read. It was a Xhosa book titled Nhliziyo ungumkhohlisi. Those who are older, they would know that book. I'm still trying to find a copy of that book. So it has always been an intriguing topic or a subject for me, how the heart can actually deceive us.
Sure, what a cooling off period it was, because you can get a sense when you're reading the book. It's so nostalgic and lighthearted. I truly love it. You say it's falling in love with an it girl.
Yeah.
Mr. Luvalo, we perceive it girls as, they are not good connotations to that word. But when you read the book, that's not exactly what it is. So what was your perception of an it girl when you were writing this book?
I wanted to trigger people. I wanted to put that question mark. It was intentional. I could have said falling in love, But I know the connotations that you're talking about, how society has. Somebody else, immediately when I say it girl, somebody says slay queen. When somebody says it girl, you think something else. And I wanted someone who's going to read the book to actually continue to be looking for an it girl, but also then come back and have a conversation with yourself where you answer yourself and say, what could be the it girl? Could Bokang be the it girl? Could Londi be the it girl? Could Vangile be the it girl? And because we all come from different contexts and we've got a different moral bar, moral fiber, a different barometer, would always have to decide which one of these characters is an it girl for you.
It could be Cynthia. That's all I'm going to say. Listen, chapter 2 of the book is titled Smoke, Silence, and Something Else. And we basically see this character being fully formed now. He's living in the suburbs, but now he's making his way back home. He's reconnecting with his boys. What was so significant about Mkhuseli's character? And he has everything. I mean, money can buy, but that void is still there and he can't seem to fill it. Talk to us about him.
Look, Mkhuseli is confronted by what many of us were confronted by. I think COVID came, and I don't think we've had a national conversation around the damage that was done by COVID. Many dreams were lost. There are those who thought they were going to be graduating in 2020, being the first in the family, walking across that stage, wearing that gown, and everyone being proud in your family, in your street. You never got that moment, but you finished your degree. There's someone who started a business. I lost a business, where you thought we were at the peak of it and things just crumbled down. There's someone who lost a relationship. People divorced, people decided to kick each other out, but there are those who found love in the same breath.
Yes.
So many of us have not had the conversation of what are the things that we lost, tangibly, emotionally, physically, but also what are the lessons, what are the new life perspective, or do we still want to do things this way or that way? So Mkhuseli is literally at that stage where he's in a crossroad where he says, I've got these things and I thought this is what I need, but is this really what represents me? Is this what fulfills me? Does this make me whole? And he's battling with it. He's in the journey of having to say, do these things really fulfill me or not?
Sure. I want to then skip to chapter 7, right? When walls listen is what you call this one, because now it's a very dangerous thing. I say it's a very dangerous place to be between somebody and the things that they want. Then you get to see how relentless they are. We see in the story him tied between Cynthia and now there's Bokang. But now there's his best friend Temba involved, right? And he's with these two girls, but Temba's not particularly happy. And we see this play out in society a lot where, oh, we were at a party and then my friend brought umuntu wake, but now mina no umuntu wake are heading it off. Talk to me about what you'd like for us to take away from this particular lesson, especially when it comes to friends, lifestyle, and romantic partnerships.
Love always finds a way of having to divide things that actually separate it from coming to life. You know, and if you could see, it was just a small string that was in between Temba and Mkhuseli, and because of brotherhood, he respected. Mkhuseli respects brotherhood. She's got boundaries. He's that guy that says, I've got boundaries, I respect boundaries, but I'm just waiting for that moment. And if you look carefully when you're reading, Cynthia was not really what Mkhuseli wanted, but he decided to be a guy. He's like, so why not? I might as well. I'm frustrated. I'm having this. We just lost our dad. You know, Trendz having to losing his dad, and then it's that funeral. So he decides that I'm gonna get into this, and he then realizes this is not what I want. I've been having so many Cynthias who've been coming in. Others wanted to even occupy this place. You know, so yeah. It's about boundaries, it's about love. Love always wants to divide things that are coming to stop it from coming to life.
Oh man, Mr. Luvalo, I could sit here the whole day with you and unpack this book, but unfortunately, because of time, I have to just wrap it up. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. Love rather is an important part of our lives. What do you want us to take away from this book and from this novel? And then maybe you can also tell us where we can find this book.
Look, at the end of the day, we can't give up on love. I think everyone, you look at social media, everyone keeps on saying the streets, there's nothing in the streets, the dating pool is dirty and so on, but we can't give up on love, and unfortunately, love will always want to manifest itself. So with this novel, I think we just need to understand that it is a journey, and you just have to surrender yourself in this. Please do get this copy. It's available on my website, bonganiluvalo.co.za, but it's also available on different exclusive books around the country.
Yo, I love it. If I hadn't read it already,
and
I would have...
is coming.
Oh,
but saw the last chapter,
yes, because
I'm busy with chapter 2.
I can't give away the spoils and the secrets, but yo, I'm so mad at you. And I wanted to ask you, I'm like, hey, Mr. Luvalo, were you Mkhuseli when you were 30 years old?
Possibly. Some parts of Mkhuseli are me.
Are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Inhliziyo ungumkhohlisi, falling in love with an it girl. That's Sir Bongani Luvalo joining us to unpack this romantic novel. It truly is gripping. The story is incredible, and I love it. You should get it too. On to this now. An absolutely amazing award-winning South African composer, singer, and visual artist from the East London, Msaki, is known for her unique blend of soulful art rhythms and explores themes of identity, love, and social justice. Our producer, Randy Tsubane, sat down with Msaki as they talk us through her journey in the arts and everything in between. Have a look.
Asanda Lusasene Mvana, well known as Msaki, is an extremely powerful, sacred, and phenomenal musician in her own right. Her professional career kick-started while in her 20s, and we are here for it all. I got the privilege to sit down with her as we unpacked all things love, life, music, family, and just how her music heals.
Recently I've been saying that there are these song lines that sew my own heart together, and I need them. Almost like making medicine for my own heartache and my own disappointments, and the fact that, you know, there are people that feel a lot more, and it's not just musicians, it's a lot of people that find themselves in a position where they are pained by the world's troubles and feel people's pain a bit more. And for me, it moves me to write. Other people, it moves them to make dance, to write books, to, you know, start companies that, you know, get to the core of that wound that they're trying to address. And I'm just see myself as a person who's been making plasters for myself, and then I get to give them away. And so that's how I feel about my journey with music, that I've been able to catch these songs and these bombs for these wounds.
We continue our conversation with Msaki as she embraces starting out in the industry a little late and eventually answering her musical calling.
I definitely didn't understand, Banditunyendoni for the longest time. I think I thought that it's other people that are meant to do, izinto, and I really came to my calling quite late and almost not even reluctantly, but just like confused and baffled because I was like, okay, I have this path and it makes more sense and my family understands this path, and then this path kept pulling me this way, and it felt like a betrayal to what I had committed my life to as a young person. But the betrayal was not seeing, that this has been talking to me all along.
The importance of a great support system is extremely necessary in any industry. Msaki takes us through the chains of people and relationships she's kept over the years and how that has poured into her cup while she is able to pour back into these relations as well.
How important is a support system? Especially when you're still trying to find your feet, when you're still trying to gather your journey and figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be headed. Because I think you have quite a good support system.
I do have an amazing support system. I've also been able to build it over the years, and this is the gift of having an independent journey where you don't sign one paper and then you inherit old relationships from one building that has got your budget and hopefully they'll serve your project or not. It's just been gathering people organically, whether it's musicians, whether it's people to shoot videos and make content, whether it's producers to help make the visions of the show alive. It's all people that are in my life, and we've kept each other over the years.
We also chat a little bit about the evolution of South African music and the diverse yet incredible genres we have, as well as some of Msaki's greatest collaborations.
I remember first really taking a note of South African jazz as almost like, Don Laga or the pop musicians of the day. They had videos, or Abdullah Ibrahim, they were on SABC. And I love the fact that we come from such a musical past. I think I'm definitely built for collaboration. It's one of the things I'm here to do well. So I find that for me, collaborations are quite sacred, and a lot of them are rooted in friendship, which is why you mentioned Sona. Our songs are byproducts of our friendship, and our friendship has a lot of light and it has a lot of encouragement in it. That's what we always talking about, is how to be better and how to help people around us.
Msaki emphasizes why she enjoys writing love songs.
I'm also always constantly writing love songs because they are an echo to the protest songs and to the songs that are lamenting. I think there's a part of me that, has an ability to keep my heart soft, even though I've had to learn how to have a thick skin in this industry. I'm the industry crybaby, apparently.
Love, light, connection, and inspiration will always be the heart of the spaces we intentionally find ourselves in. Msaki says that keeping her heart soft is one of the things that keep her grounded and going. A huge shout out to Asanda Lusaseni Mvana. You have definitely made your mark, and beautifully so.
I love Msaki with all my heart. Now, onto a story of a double celebration. The Joburg Ballet has been entertaining audiences for 25 years. As part of appreciating this milestone, the year ahead will be filled with various productions, kicking off with a ballet that has come full circle. Now, if you haven't decided how you're spending Valentine's Day tomorrow, then the current production, titled Giselle, is a classical love story set to give you a warm, fuzzy feeling. Didintle Mokeleti caught a glimpse of the production at the Joburg Theatre in Bromfontein before it heads off to the Pretoria State Theatre soon. Have a look.
A classical ballet comes alive on stage. As the dancers swiftly glide across the stage, it's a nostalgic experience for the audience. While their eyes remain glued to the stage, the creatives are in exceptional appreciation of this moment. It's reminiscent of 25 years of excellence in the art form of ballet. Giselle remains a mainstay of the company's repertoire throughout the years.
What is special about that is that two of the original founding members, Angela Milan and Karen Bierkus McDonald, are the producers and assistant producers for this production. If you look at the Joburg Ballet today, you see a cross-section of people from all around South Africa and also across the world. We've got dancers from Japan, from Brazil, and also from the UK. So we are celebrating the world here in Joburg. So It's a moment to celebrate, and Giselle is the right ballet for us to start our 25th anniversary year with.
Producer, co-founder and internationally acclaimed ballerina Angela Malan takes pride in this production. For her, it encapsulates memories of her journey with the company from conception and all other productions that followed.
It has been such a journey, starting from the very beginning, 6 dancers with a passion to make ballet survive in Gauteng. So we started the company with no money, with nothing, from absolute scratch, and then how it's been passed on to other generations. It's wonderful to see where we are today. I feel very proud of what we've accomplished with this production. The story is, at the end, a story of hope for me. It's the survival of love through life and into death. It's the power of redemption. It's the power of forgiveness. It's the power of love. I personally danced 7 different productions of Giselle. The choreography is pretty traditional. Everyone has their own interpretation, but I haven't re-choreographed the ballet or redone the ballet in any way. I have taken what has appealed and spoken to me from the 7 different productions and from all the productions that I've seen of Giselle in my career.
From costumes to choreography, a brilliant cast and set designing, it's a sterling production that serves as an escapism from reality. This through movement, the classical sounds of music, and phenomenal technique, whisking us into a wonderful era in time.
Some of the costumes go back to 1975. So you can still find my name in some of the costumes. Not that I did it in 1975, but it was a long time ago. There's a lot of history in the costumes, the sets, and it just shows how well things were done in those days. You know, how incredible that the set still remains, that the costumes still are intact. The music is obviously pure romantic classical music. And what I love about the music is that it carries through from Act 1 to Act 2. There are lots of leitmotifs in the music. So you hear that music and you know that is either the Willie or Giselle's music or Elbrecht's music.
As part of the jubilation, an exciting lineup embellished with a host of productions and celebratory events can be expected throughout the year. This in anticipation of dancing towards the next 25 years.
It's a celebration of human achievement. It's a celebration of artistry, creativity, beauty, fragility, strength, all of the facets that make us wonderful human beings.
It's just such a beautiful ballet. It's such a form of escapism at this time. So come and escape from the reality of life and live this amazing love story that is Giselle.
Ballet, a dance form that continues to project powerful storytelling through grace and perfection. Giselle, the most sublime of all romantic ballets. It's an emotive production filled with artistic brilliance that will transport you into a whimsical world of love.
Truly phenomenal. That's unfortunately all we have time for this evening, but fear not, we're back again next week Friday, 8 p.m, exclusive to SABC News. I'm out of here. Happy World Radio Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Netisi, but you can call me. Until next time, from my heart to yours. Au revoir. Bye-bye.